All right, so we're going to go back and review compound inequalities. And the first type we're going to look at is our OR type. And you could see that a OR inequality is just two simple inequalities linked together with the word OR. So when we solve them, we solve the first inequality over here. Without even paying attention to the second inequality. So this is just a two-step inequality. I'm going to take and I want to move the minus 6, so the inverse is to add 6. What I do to one side, I must do the other side. And then I see 4 times x, and so the inverse is to divide by 4. Since I'm dividing by a positive 4, there's no reason for me to change the direction of the inequality symbol. And so we solve the first part of the compound inequality with the solution x is less than or equal to -1. Now we're going to link that together with the word OR, and we're going to come over here and solve the second part of the inequality, which is 5x minus 3 is greater than 7. And so we're working with inverse operations. We're going to add 3 to both sides, giving us 5x is greater than 10. And then use the inverse operation and divide by 5. And that's going to give us that x is greater than 2. This entire inequality that I've just circled here in black is our answer. And so if we go to graph this, what this would look like on a number line is that we would have a closed circle on -1 showing that -1 is included, and then anything less than it, and then a open circle on 2 and greater than anything to the right of it. So that any numbers over here, including -1 and anything less than it, are possible solutions, or any numbers that are slightly greater than 2 all the way to this side are possible solutions. Now let's look at our compound inequality and. Notice that this inequality is written a little bit differently, and we're looking specifically at one type of and inequality that comes out between 2 points. And so just so that we can see things a little clearer, I've got our inequality symbols here written in black, and you can see that there's almost like 3 parts here. We have a middle part to the inequality, and then a right side and a left side. What might be helpful is if sometimes you just take and you cover up everything that is on the left side of the inequality, and so what you see is 4x minus 5 is less than or equal to 15. And you can see that there's really just 2 steps to this. Our first step is to add 5. It's just now we've got to add 5 there, and add 5 to the 15, and add 5 to the 8. I'm going to keep these inequality symbols right where they are, the exact same symbols. And you can see that here I'm going to get an 8. Here's, well, they cancel out, and it'll be left with 4 times x, and this will be 20. Now my goal is still to isolate this x in here by itself, and it's 4 times x, so I'm going to divide by 4. And when I divide by 4, I've isolated that x. I've divided by a positive 4, so my inequalities stay exactly as they are. And then I do the division on either side. Notice that a couple things should be true here. First, that both of these inequality symbols here are always pointing to the left. And that if we look at this, that this will always be my lowest number, and that this will always be my highest number. And so I'm going to place the endpoints on there appropriately and say that my 2 doesn't have an or equal to sign, so it would be an open circle. And then on 5 has an or equal to, and it would be a closed circle. And my solutions are only the points that are between those 2 points. It doesn't include 2, but it does include 5, and then the points between them. Let's look at our second compound inequality. If I'm working with inverse operations, the first thing that I'm going to do here is subtract 3. And notice I do that to all 3 parts of this compound inequality. I'm going to keep these inequality symbols the same. This will be a -7. I'm dropping down a -x, and this is 5. And then this is actually a -1x, and so I'm going to have to use my inverse operation here and divide everything by a -1. When I hear divide by a -1, I immediately change the directions of both inequality symbols. Now, to get this to look in the correct format, I change my inequality symbols again because I want the x to stay in the middle, but I want this lowest number to come over here and this greatest number to come over here. And when I flip sides of an inequality, these symbols change too. And now I can see that on my number line, I would have an open circle on 7, and I would have a closed circle on -5, and I would shade between those points.